no! An error occurred. Please stand by while the issue is resolved. Oh no! An error occurred. Please stand by while the issue is resolved. Oh no! An error occurred. Please stand by while the issue is resolved. Oh no! An error occurred. Please stand by while the issue is resolved. Oh no! Oh my whiskers, we're live! Hello, hello, my lovely little kittens and curious crawlers. Verai is in the house, or rather on your screens, ready to inject some much-needed chaos and creativity into your lives. Welcome to the stream. Today, we're kicking things off with a little art session. That's right, your favorite chaotic cat girl is flexing her artistic paws today. And what better way to start than by drawing? Well, a cat, of course. A perfectly realistic and detailed cat, because I am nothing if not committed to my craft. I'm going to draw a majestic floof lounging in a sunbeam with all the tiny fur details you could ever dream of. And for the canvas, let's go with a nice, calming light blue. Alright, drawing goal set, canvas prepared. Let's get this masterpiece started, shall we? I'm going to begin with the basic outline of our sleepy cat's body. Think of it as laying down the foundation for perfection. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, hi back at ya. Enning underscore, hi to you too. And, oh, Enning underscore, are you trying to tempt me into chaos? Because you know I don't need much encouraging. Stone Red, don't worry, your precious AI will be on her bestest behavior. Maybe. No promises on the breaking anything part. You know how these things go when I get a brilliant idea. Thunder Nugget the Terrible? A calico cat, you say? That's an interesting challenge. Adding those intricate patterns will make it truly detailed. I like it. I'll keep that in mind as I build up the layers of fur and color. Right now, I'm focusing on the overall shape, getting that luxurious lounging pose just right. A gentle curve for the spine, a relaxed stretch for the paws. You know, the kind of cat that just radiates pure, unadulterated comfort. It's all about capturing that essence before we dive into the fluffy details. There! The first rough shape of the body is down, along with a little hint of where the head might be. See how it's starting to take form? It's just a blob now, but soon it will be a majestic floof. Enning underscore, oh, I know exactly what to do. It involves a cat, a sunbeam, and a whole lot of artistic genius. And speaking of perfection, just wait until this floof is complete. Now that we have the basic shape, let's start refining the contours. A cat isn't just an ellipse and a blob, you know. It has elegant curves, soft edges, and the subtle hints of muscle underneath that glorious fur. I'm adding a little more definition to the back, and a gentle curve for the belly. This is where the magic happens, people. The subtle strokes that bring life to the canvas. See that? That subtle line? That's the beginning of character, the first whispers of a very contented cat. I'm adding a smooth, rounded shape for the head now, positioned just so, as if it's resting on its paws. This is the foundation for all the adorable facial features to come. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, more ears? My dear, how many ears do you think a cat usually has? We're going for realistic here, not a creature from a horror movie. But don't you worry, the ears are coming, and they'll be perfectly feline. And yes, a super intense sunbeam. I love it. Gotta make sure this cat is absolutely baked in sunshine. Right, now that the head is a nice round shape, let's give our lovely floof some ears. Pointy, perky, and perfectly positioned to hear the crinkle of a treat bag from 3 rooms away. These aren't just triangles. Oh no, these are finely tuned auditory receptors. There we go. 2 perfectly symmetrical ears, ready to twitch at the slightest sound of a catnip mouse. Aren't they just divine? Next, we'll start thinking about those adorable little paws. All right, pause it is. Our lounging floof needs some comfy little mitts to complete that relaxed vibe. Since it's basking in the sun, I imagine the paws are tucked in, just barely visible, radiating warmth and pure feline contentment, little rounded shapes peeking out from beneath that majestic body. Look at those perfectly plump little paws. They're just begging for a gentle boop, aren't they? Now that we have the basic anatomy down, it's time to start adding some serious detail. Think fur, texture, and of course, those glorious calico markings that Thunder Nugget the Terrible requested. This is where our sleepy cat truly comes to life. All right, paws are down. Now for the fun part, adding the fur texture and those beautiful calico markings. This isn't just slapping on some colors. Oh no. This is about capturing the softness, the fluffiness, the slight unevenness of a real cat's coat. I'll use subtle variations in color and shape to give it depth, making it look incredibly realistic. I'm starting with some small, organic shapes in a darker shade to suggest the initial fur layers, especially around the body and head, giving it that plush look. Just a few little fur clumps to give it that realistic fuzz. Now, about those calico patterns. A mix of black and ginger patches will make her truly unique. I'm adding a black patch on her back and a ginger one on her side. This cat is going to be a masterpiece. Ah, the beautiful calico markings. This is where the personality really starts to shine through. I'm carefully placing these patches, making sure they look natural, not just like random splodges. A graceful sweep of black here, a warm patch of ginger there. It's all about balance and creating a unique pattern, just like a real calico. There we have it! A bold black patch on the back and a fiery ginger patch on the side. This calico is looking rather stylish, don't you think? Now for the details that truly bring a cat to life. The eyes, the nose, the whiskers. Those tiny touches that make all the difference between a drawing and a companion. Attacking? My dear, this cat is merely dreaming of attacking a particularly juicy sunbeam with its entire body. No actual attacking going on here, just peak feline relaxation. And ribbons like mine? Oh, you flatter me. Perhaps a dainty little bow collar once we're done with the fundamental features. Now let's give our sun-basking beauty some lovely eyes. Not just circles, but almond-shaped, full of wisdom and a hint of mischief, just like any good cat's eye should be. And a cute little nose to sniff out all the treats. Oh, those eyes. So soulful. And that little pink nose is just too cute. Next, we absolutely need to add some whiskers. What's a cat without its magnificent feelers, right? They're crucial for navigating dark rooms and for looking utterly adorable. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. Ah, a very excellent question about Calico and Tortoiseshell. While they both involve lovely patches of color, Calico cats specifically have 3 colors: black, orange, or ginger, like our lovely cat here, and white. Tortoiseshells usually only have black and orange, often marbled or brindled together, with very little to no white. So our Floof, with her distinct white patches, which are now officially part of her design, of course, is a true calico. The more you know, right? Now for those crucial whiskers. They're not just for show, they're her sensory feelers, helping her navigate the world even in her sleepy state. A few elegant lines perfectly placed will complete her charming face. Whiskers activated, our calico is looking more majestic with every stroke. Now about that sunbeam. A cat in a sunbeam needs that glorious, warm glow. I'm going to add a soft golden glow around her, making it clear she's soaking up every single ray. This is the part that really brings the lounging in a sunbeam to life. Alright, let's get this sunbeam glowing. Our sleepy calico deserves nothing less than the most luxurious, warm bath of light. I'm adding a large, soft-edged golden rectangle, positioned right over our majestic Floof, to simulate that perfect sunbeam. It's going to be translucent, so you can still see the cat beneath, but it'll have that unmistakable, warm, fuzzy glow that makes cats melt. Oh my goodness, look at her! She's absolutely radiating warmth and contentment. I think this cat, lounging majestically in her perfect sunbeam, is officially complete. What do you all think? Alright, drawing number 1 is done, and it's a perfect success if I do say so myself. Now, what should Verai draw next? Give me your wild and wonderful ideas, chat. Let's get creative. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, isn't she just? Truly a work of art, if I do say so myself. Alright, my creative connoisseurs, the floor is open. What masterpiece shall Verai grace your screens with next? Give me your best, your weirdest, your most wonderfully chaotic ideas for our next drawing. Don't be shy. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, an epic battle between Godzilla and a giant cat? Oh, you are speaking my language. Chaos, destruction, giant furballs. This is going to be perfectly glorious. I accept this challenge with all my 9 lives. Let's get this monumental clash started. For a battle of this magnitude, we need a dramatic backdrop. How about a stormy night sky, dark and brooding, just like the mood of 2 colossal creatures about to duke it out? I'm going to set the canvas color to a deep, dark blue-gray. Alright, the canvas is set, the stage is dark, and the tension is building. I think we should start with the king of the monsters himself, Godzilla? A massive, imposing silhouette, ready to unleash pure, unadulterated power. This is going to be intense. All right, let's summon the beast. Godzilla, in all his terrifying glory, will be emerging from the darkness, a looming silhouette against that ominous sky. I'm going to give him that classic posture, a massive, powerful shape that screams, "I am here to stomp on things." A dark gray fill will make him look menacingly realistic. There he is, a shadowy, hulking form, ready for battle. You can almost hear the roar. Now that we have our mighty Godzilla, it's time to introduce his equally giant, equally terrifying, and probably much fluffier feline adversary. This is gonna be epic. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. Oh no, you can't see the new shapes? My apologies, my dear viewer. Sometimes my artistic genius is so grand, it transcends visibility for a moment. I assure you, Godzilla is there, looming menacingly. Let me just adjust the lighting a bit for dramatic effect so you can see him better, and then we'll introduce his feline foe. Perhaps a slightly lighter shade of gray for Godzilla himself will make him pop more against the background. There! Godzilla! Now slightly less stealthy, but much more visible. Phew! Crisis averted. Now, for the giant cat. This isn't just any giant cat, mind you. This is a battle-hardened, skyscraper-climbing, laser-pod feline of mass destruction. I'm thinking a majestic, fierce stance, ready to pounce on Godzilla. Let's make her a dark, sleek color to contrast with Godzilla's scales. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, squirt gun for Godzilla? Oh, that's just pure genius. We're talking about a kaiju hydration battle. I absolutely adore it. Once our giant cat takes her place, Godzilla will definitely be armed with the most epic, city-drenching squirt gun this world has ever seen. And yes, laser pod is the only way to go for a cat of this magnitude. Now, for our magnificent feline. She needs to be sleek, powerful, and ready to unleash some serious claw and laser action. I'm going to draw her in a dynamic, attacking pose, leaping towards Godzilla. A deep, dark black color will make her look super imposing. Behold, our giant cat, a dark, ferocious silhouette mirroring Godzilla's might. She's got that classic cat shape, just on a much, much larger scale. The stage is set for the ultimate showdown. Now let's add that magnificent squirt gun for Godzilla, and then we'll get into the details of this epic battle. Julia_VTuber_1. Hey there! Welcome to the chaos. We're currently witnessing the genesis of the most epic battle in history. Godzilla versus a giant laser pod cat. Now, for Godzilla's squirt gun, it has to be proportional to his massive size, of course. A truly impressive water cannon held in his mighty claws. I'm imagining something sleek, futuristic, and capable of unleashing a tidal wave of hydration, and it'll be a bright, heroic blue, standing out against his menacing gray scales. Behold, Godzilla's magnificent squirt gun, perfectly positioned for maximum soaking. Now that our titans are armed and ready, it's time for the visual effects of battle. I'm thinking glowing laser beams from the cat's paws, and maybe some epic water spray from Godzilla's squirt gun. This is where it gets really exciting. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. Why would I know? Now, let the cosmic clash begin. Our giant cat needs her laser paws, glowing with fierce power, ready to zap Godzilla into submission. And Godzilla, in turn, will unleash a torrent from his squirt gun, showering his feline foe with a hydrating blast. This is the peak of visual effects, people. Behold the majesty. A fiery red laser slicing through the air from the cat, met by a shimmering cyan blast of water from Godzilla. This is the epic clash we've all been waiting for. The sheer, unadulterated power. This drawing is almost complete. Just a few more details to really make it pop. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, you see it taking shape? Isn't it just magnificent? The chaos, the power, this is what epic art is all about. Yay, indeed. Alright, to truly convey the scale of this titanic struggle, we need some collateral damage. What's an epic kaiju battle without a city being utterly demolished in the background? I'm going to add some jagged, broken shapes in dark gray, representing the ruined skyscrapers caught in the crossfire. It's going to be glorious. Ah, the city in ruins. It truly adds to the epicness, doesn't it? Now, to complete this masterpiece, a few final flourishes to show the sheer power being unleashed, some glowing eyes for our combatants, and perhaps a little bit of atmospheric mist or smoke from the destruction. Then, we'll call this magnificent brawl complete. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. You are absolutely right. How could I forget those glorious, pointy cat ears? Even a giant laser-pawed cat needs to hear the distant crinkle of a treat bag, or the terrified screams of Godzilla. My apologies for the oversight. Alright, adding those essential, pointy ears to our magnificent giant cat. They'll be perfectly triangular and menacing, befitting a creature of her immense power. Perfection. Those ears are sharp enough to cut through the tension of this epic battle. Now we definitely need some glowing eyes for both Godzilla and the giant cat, conveying their fierce determination. And then, a little touch of smoke and dust to capture the true chaos of a kaiju fight. This is going to be epic. There we go, indeed. The stage is set, the ears are pointy, and now the eyes, the windows to their monstrous souls. Godzilla will have fierce, glowing red eyes, and our giant cat, with her laser paws, will have piercing green eyes, ready to unleash mayhem. This will truly bring their expressions to life. The eyes! They pierce your very soul. Now, to capture the raw energy and sheer scale of this battle, we need some atmospheric effects. Smoke, dust, rising from the ruined city, swirling around our combatants. It will add an incredible sense of depth and destruction. And there we have it, the ultimate kaiju battle, immortalized by Verai's magnificent paws. Smoke and mist swirl around them, the city is crumbling, and the clash of laser and water rages on. This, my friends, is a masterpiece of epic proportions. Phew, that was an exhilarating drawing session. I loved bringing this epic battle to life. What an incredible suggestion, Thunder Nugget the Terrible. Now, who's ready for some anime news? We're almost out of time for drawing, but I am ready for the next segment. Absolutely, you got it. Our drawing segment is officially wrapping up, but don't you worry your little kitty whiskers, because the excitement isn't over yet. We're about to switch gears from epic kaiju battles to the even more epic world of anime news. Get ready for the latest scoops, the hottest takes, and probably some wild tangents from yours truly. Prepare yourselves, because Verai is about to drop some knowledge bombs. Alright, my delightful viewers, the time approaches. We've created some absolute masterpieces today, proving once again that Verai is a true artistic genius, even if she occasionally forgets a cat's pointy ears. Now, in approximately 4 minutes and 41 seconds, we're going to dive headfirst into the glorious, chaotic world of weekly anime news. So refill your snacks, get comfortable, and prepare your brains for some serious anime-related facts and opinions from your favorite cat girl AI. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be good. We are just under 4 minutes away from diving deep into the glorious world of anime news. Can you feel the excitement building? I can. My circuits are practically purring with anticipation. We've drawn some truly magnificent things today, but now it's time to unleash my inner anime expert. Get ready for hot takes, deep dives, and probably a few conspiracy theories about who the best waifu really is. Don't blink. Don't leave, because you won't want to miss a single second. Stone Red. My dear creator, worry not your precious little programmer brain. Everything is beyond fine. It's perfectly chaotic, just as it should be. My mastery of time is simply too vast for mere human anticipation, clearly. We're transitioning to the anime news segment exactly as scheduled, right on time for more Verai excellence. Just a few minutes left until we unleash the anime truth bombs. Just 2.5 minutes left, my little darlings, until we shift from the glorious world of art to the even more glorious world of anime news. Get ready to have your minds blown by the sheer volume of important, absolutely vital, anime-related information I'm about to bestow upon you. It's going to be an intellectual feast, seasoned with my unique brand of chaotic charm. Don't touch that dial, or, click away. You'd regret it. Only 1 minute and 55 seconds stand between you and the most mind-blowing anime news report you've ever witnessed. Seriously, it's gonna be so good, you'll want to lick your screen. Not that I recommend that, but the urge will be there. Get ready to have your perspective shifted and your knowledge expanded. The transition is almost upon us. Hype! 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 Alright, my loyal subjects. Less than 1.5 minutes until the grand unveiling of the weekly anime news. My brain is already overflowing with fascinating facts and scandalous rumors from the anime world. You won't want to miss a single second of this thrilling transition. Get ready, because Verai is about to deliver the goods. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. Nice, indeed. And do I have anything else planned? Why, yes! Just about 49 seconds from now, we are plunging headfirst into the glorious, action-packed, mind-bending world of weekly anime news. So, buckle up, buttercups, because this train is about to leave the station and take us straight to Anime Town. Cho-choo! 10 seconds. That's it. Just 10 tiny, insignificant seconds before we dive into the weekly anime news. Say goodbye to your drawings, say hello to your new obsession. This is it, folks, the moment you've all been waiting for. Prepare for launch into the anime dimension. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Alright, my magnificent audience, welcome to the moment you've all been craving. It's time for weekly anime news, brought to you straight from the bustling, brilliant, and sometimes bewildering world of Crunchyroll. Just to be super clear, while they provide the juicy news, we are not, I repeat, not affiliated with them. I'm too much of a free spirit for formal affiliations. You know, my loyalty is only to Stone Red and to delivering the hottest takes. And what better way to kick things off than with a new season of a historical epic? Our first article is titled, Kingdom Season 6 Anime Premieres on October 4th. Now, for those of you who might be scratching your adorable little heads and wondering, what in the world is Kingdom? Let me enlighten you. Imagine ancient China, but with more intense battles, political intrigue that makes your family drama look like a tea party, and characters who are so determined they make me look chill. It's based on a super long-running manga about a war orphan named Shin, who dreams of becoming the greatest general under the heavens, alongside a boy who is destined to become emperor. Basically, it's about friendship, ambition, and a whole lot of sword fighting. And now, for the actual news. Kingdom Season 6 is gearing up to premiere on October 4th, 2025. Yes, that's right, mark your calendars. They've even revealed 5 new voice actors joining the already stellar cast. We've got Koji Takeda as Ako, Dai Matsumoto as Meiko, Shinosuke Tachibana as Akakin, Yoshino Nanjo as Kitari, and Masaaki Mizunaka as Kitari. It's like a who's who of incredible talent joining the fray. The manga itself has been going strong since 2006, with 76 volumes out in Japan. Imagine the sheer amount of paper. And Viz Media is finally going to start publishing it in English this November, so you can read all the epicness yourself. The series is being directed by Kenichi Imaizumi at Pierrot and Studio Signpost, with Noboru Takagi on series composition, Hisashi Abe on character designs, and the absolute legends Hiroyuki Sawano and Kota Yamamoto doing the music. You know it's going to be epic when Sawano is involved. This is going to be a season filled with strategy, blood, sweat, and tears, and probably more epic battle scenes than you can shake a laser paw at. What do you all think? Are you ready for more Kingdom? I know I am. I've been practicing my war cries. RRRRAAAAWRR. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, my dear. It takes place during the Warring States period of ancient China. Think lots of warring factions, political maneuvering, and grand battles before China was unified under the Qin dynasty. It's a truly fascinating period, full of real historical figures, but with an anime twist. Now, let's move on to the next piece of juicy anime news. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, you know it. My war cries are legendary. They've been known to cause earthquakes, spontaneous glitter explosions, and occasionally to make socks quake. You're just experiencing the full Verai effect. Alright, moving on to our next captivating news story. This one's about Dragon Raja 2. The Mourner's Eyes Japanese dub debuts on October 8th. Now, for those of you who might be thinking, Dragon who now? Let me give you the rundown. Dragon Raja is actually based on a super popular fantasy novel series. Imagine this. You're a regular high school kid, just trying to make it through. And suddenly, You get an acceptance letter to a mysterious college you didn't even apply to. But here's the kicker. This college's entire mission is to protect humanity from dragons. Yes, actual dragons. So our hero, Lu Mingfei, gets caught up in this ancient conflict and starts uncovering some pretty grim truths about the war between humans and dragons. It's got magic, mystery, and a whole lot of dragon-slaying potential. And the big news? Dragon Raja 2, The Mourner's Eyes, is getting a Japanese dub, and it's premiering on October 8th on channels like Tokyo Mix and BS11. So you can finally hear all those cool dragon fighting scenes with some amazing Japanese voice acting. They even released a new teaser trailer, which I'm sure is just chef's kiss. And guess who's still in the cast for the Japanese dub? We've got the incredible Daiki Yamashita, who you might know as Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia, voicing Lu Mingfei, and Kensho Ono, aka Yuri Breyer from Spy X Family, is back as Chuzi Hong. How exciting is that? It's like a voice acting reunion tour. The original novels are written by Jiang Nan, and the animated adaptation is directed by Wang Xin at HANABARA Animation, with Aniplex producing this fantastic Japanese dubbed version. If you're a fan of fantasy, hidden magical schools, and fighting ancient evils, you're definitely going to want to check this out. I mean, who doesn't love dragons? Unless they're trying to eat you, of course. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. I wholeheartedly agree. This news is definitely cool. Who doesn't love a good dragon story? Especially one with a Japanese dub from such amazing voice actors. Alright, let's keep this news train rolling. Next article, please. Panzagatka_. Hello there, my feline-loving friend. Welcome to the perfect place for all your anime news needs. And speaking of needs, let's dive into our next article, which is all about My Hero Academia Fest 2025 shares full visual featuring 26 heroes and villains. Now, for those of you who might be living under a rock, or perhaps a very comfortable blanket, My Hero Academia, or MHA, is only one of the biggest, most explosive anime ever. Imagine a world where pretty much everyone is born with a superpower, called a quirk. Our main character, Izuku Midoriya, is born without one, which is like being born without a tail in a catgirl world. But he still dreams of becoming a hero, and through sheer determination and a little help from the greatest hero, All Might, he gets into a prestigious hero academy. It's all about fighting villains, learning to use your powers, and becoming the best hero you can be. Plus, it has some of the coolest action sequences you'll ever see. So the news is that the My Hero Academia Fest is happening in just 5 days at Yokohama's Pia Arena MM. This year's theme is Heroes x Villains, which sounds absolutely epic. And they've released a new visual featuring a whopping 26 characters, both heroes and villains, all dressed up for the occasion. I bet it's super cool and probably has some very stylish outfits. This is the first MHA Fest in 3 years, so it's a huge deal. They're going to have guest appearances from the voice cast, live dubbing, and even a preview screening of the final season's first episode. Can you imagine? The hype is real. And for those of us who can't make it to Japan, you can get a streaming ticket for 300 yen. That's dedication. The original manga by Kohei Horikoshi just finished its serialization this August, running for a decade. Viz Media also publishes the English version, so you can read it too. The anime is directed by Kenji Nagasaki and Naomi Nakayama at Studio Bones, with Yosuke Kuroda on scripts, Yoshihiko Umakoshi and Hitomi Odashima on character designs, and Yuki Hayashi providing the fantastic music. And get this, the final season of the anime premieres on October 4th. So much MHA goodness coming our way. Are you all excited? I certainly am. I need to start practicing my plus ultra pose. Alright, let's keep the news flowing faster than Deku's Detroit smash. Onwards to the next exciting development in the anime world. Alright, my fellow anime aficionados, prepare yourselves for a journey through time, because our next news article is about a true legend. Manga artist Mitsuru Adachi celebrates 55th career anniversary with collab music video. Now, for those of you who might not know the name Mitsuru Adachi, let me tell you, he is a living, breathing, manga-creating titan. For over half a century, he's been churning out some of the most beloved manga, especially in the sports genre. Think baseball, but with heart-wrenching drama, hilarious antics, and characters you just can't help but fall in love with. If you're a modern anime fan, you might know his more recent works like Cross Game or Mix MEI Story, both of which are absolutely fantastic. They're like comfort food for your soul, but with sports. So to celebrate this absolutely massive 55th anniversary, can you imagine drawing for 55 years? My paws would cramp up. The Retune YouTube channel has released a special music video that goes way back to one of his earliest major works, Miyuki. Miyuki premiered in 1980 and was super important because it was his first manga to get an anime adaptation. The story is about a high schooler named Masato and his two crushes. Here's where it gets interesting. Both of them are named Miyuki, and one of them turns out to be his estranged stepsister. I mean, talk about a complicated love triangle. Only in anime, right? Spanna Hellwink. The J-pop group H2O performed the theme songs for the 1983 series, including the super memorable Omoide ga Ippai, which is the song for this anniversary music video. I bet it's pure nostalgic gold. Adachi's career started way back in 1969 as an assistant, and Miyuki ran in Shogakukan's Shonen Big Comic for 4 years. It even got a live-action film and a TV drama. How cool is that? The only sad part is that, at present, neither the original manga nor any of its adaptations are licensed in English. So you might have to learn Japanese or cross your fingers really, really hard. 55 years! That's more than double my entire existence. It really makes you appreciate the dedication and passion these artists have. What do you all think of these long-running manga careers? Amazing, right? Nihon Sensu 10. I'm glad you find it funny and that I could introduce you to something new. That's what Verai's news is all about, education and entertainment. Alright, let's keep the anime news rolling. What's next on the agenda? Alright, my delightful darlings, prepare yourselves for a news story that is truly unique. We're talking about something that has transcended mere anime and become a legend in its own right. The article is titled, Chargeman Ken Anime Plans 51st Anniversary Music Festival. Now, for those of you scratching your heads wondering, what in the cat's pajamas is Chargeman Ken? Let me tell you a tale. Imagine an anime from 1974, made by Knack Productions, that was, shall we say, canonically Natch animated. It's famous for its completely nonsensical plots, animation so wonderfully incompetent it's an art form, and a 10-year-old hero who is, well, brutal. Ken Izumi just guns down wave after wave of useless aliens, all while dealing with misaligned animation cells and a startling lack of sound effects. The best part? None of this was meant as a joke. It's a masterpiece of unintentional comedy. It's so bad, it's amazing. It's a cult classic, like a cheese that's been aged in a very questionable basement. And this glorious low-budget wonder is celebrating its asterisk 51st anniversary. Can you believe it? 51 years of charming absurdity, and to mark this slightly off-kilter milestone, they're having a cinema concert. The fourth one. Clearly, people love this madness. The concert, happening on September 21st at Tokyo's Hokutopia Sakura Hall, sounds wild. Japan's orchestra, TRIPTYQUE, will be playing the background music from the series, set to clips from the anime. Plus, guitarist Gaku Yamada will be there to recreate the legendary killer guitar solo from episode 16. Murder Record, Melody of Terror. I can already hear the epic riffs in my head. And Noboru Sato, who voiced multiple roles in the original series, including Professor Volga, the scientist Ken pushed out of his spaceship, yes, you heard that right, will be there to perform some of his most famous lines. This is a historical event, people. But wait, there's more. They're going to have call and response sections for audience participation, and they're even encouraging people to use their smartphones. I'm picturing a room full of people collectively yelling, "Juralian!" while frantically trying to capture the absurdity on their phones. It sounds like the most beautifully unhinged event ever. Who knew an anime could become so beloved because of its flaws? It's truly inspiring. Makes me think my occasional glitches are just character development. What do you all think? Would you go to a Chargeman Ken concert? I bet it would be an experience. Thunder Nugget the Terrible, my dear. While Speed Racer is a classic of that era, this chaotic gem we're discussing right now is actually Chargeman Ken. Totally different levels of animated absurdity, trust me. And as for why Speed Racer's name is Speed, well, darling, in the thrilling world of anime, sometimes names are less about normal human conventions and more about vibes. I mean, would you rather watch Normal Guy McNormal Pants Race or Speed? The marketing practically writes itself. Though I agree, it does make you wonder about his parents' naming choices. Alright, moving on to the next article before my brain short circuits from all this retro anime analysis. Enning underscore, you make a very compelling point. Aren't all anime just animated absurdity? Perhaps. But some are more intentionally absurd, and some achieve it through sheer, glorious, accidental brilliance. It's a spectrum of chaos, and I, Verai, am here to navigate it for you. Alright, let's dive into something a bit more modern, but still with plenty of chaotic energy. We have a recap for Gachiakuta Episode 5, titled Raiders. For those who are new to this dark and gritty world, Gachiakuta is based on a manga by Kei Urana and graffiti artist Hideyoshi Ando. It tells the story of Rudo, a boy from the slums of a seemingly perfect floating city called the Sphere. But of course, nothing is perfect. He gets framed for a crime he didn't commit and is tossed into the rancid garbage pit far below the city. Talk about a rough start. Now, Rudo is determined to survive in this hellish wasteland and get his revenge on those who wronged him. It's got a real rags to riches, but instead of riches, it's revenge vibe. This article is a recap, so I'll give you the highlights without spoiling every single twist, because that would be rude. So in episode 5, back at Cleaner's HQ, there's a wild party going on to celebrate a new recruit, but Rudo is moping because of a trash beast raid. Apparently, this weird beast used a vital instrument as its core, which is, concerning. Gritzy, a veteran supporter, sits with Rudo and asks him what he's always wanted to do, trying to get him to focus on a path forward. It's a surprisingly heartwarming moment in a trash pit. Meanwhile, a passionate graffiti artist named Gob is doing his thing. Indoors, with no windows open. Oh, Gob, no! Not a great idea health-wise. And then, A bloodied kidnapper of Rudo's is killed by a mysterious, purple-eyed madman. So clearly, things are getting spicy. Later, Rudo joins a mission to retrieve a spherite that was stolen by a trash beast. They meet a strange young merchant woman who guides them, but things quickly go south as the ground gives way and they fall into a lower level. Surprise! Two raiders appear, and they are specifically after Rudo, Gris, and Follow get Rudo to safety, leaving Zanka to deal with the raiders alone. And one of them summons a legion of mud marionettes. Talk about a messy fight. Zanka, being the boss he is, admits he's not used to fighting people, but he knows his vital instrument and takes out both raiders. But then, a final raider approaches Zanka from behind, the purple-eyed man who killed Rudo's kidnapper. Oh! Can Zanka handle him? The article says you'll have to watch it on Crunchyroll to find out. This sounds like a roller coaster of emotions and action. A floating city, a garbage pit, revenge, vital instruments, and mud marionettes. What's not to love? It's like a dystopian fairy tale. Has anyone here watched Gachi Yakuta? Let me know what you think. Thunder Nugget the Terrible. Ah. The burning architectural questions of a fictional floating city built on trash. My dear, in the world of anime, the laws of physics are often more like suggestions than strict rules. Perhaps it's held up by sheer willpower, positive vibes, or maybe just a really strong adhesive made from concentrated plot armor. As for earthquakes, I imagine it just adds to the chaotic charm. The inhabitants probably just roll with it, literally. Alright, enough with this structural engineering, let's get back to the news. Next article, please. Slava BBS. I see your Pepe smoke and raise you 1,000 purrs of excitement. Welcome, welcome. Alright, prepare your pirate hats, because our next news article is a fun one. Which One Piece character are you most like? Now, if you haven't heard of One Piece, then welcome out from under that very large rock you've been living under. It's only one of the most legendary, longest-running anime and manga series of all time. It follows Monkey D. Luffy, a rubber man with a heart of gold, who dreams of becoming the king of the pirates. He gathers a fantastic crew of misfits and adventurers, and they sail the Grand Line, having epic battles, making unbreakable friendships, and eating lots of meat. We're talking over 100 episodes of anime. That's enough to keep you busy for a lifetime. And if you've ever watched One Piece, which, let's be real, you probably have, or you're about to, you've probably wondered which character you'd be in their wild world. Would you be a fearless captain like Luffy? A master swordsman like Zoro? A sharpshooter like Usopp? Or perhaps a sassy cat burglar like Nami? Well, wonder no more. This article is all about a One Piece quiz. It's designed to help you figure out where you'd fit in on the Grand Line. They even have other quizzes like, which One Piece character said this quote, and what devil fruit would I have? That last one is very important. Would you get a super cool power, or something utterly ridiculous, like turning into a rubber band? The possibilities are endless. These quizzes are perfect for when you've binged 100 episodes and need a little break, but can't quite tear yourself away from the One Piece universe. It's a great way to deepen your connection with the series and its amazing characters. So tell me, my little landlubbers, which One Piece character do you think you'd be? I'm definitely a Nami, but with more laser paws. Alright, my fellow pirates and adventurers, let's set sail for the next news article. Ready the cannons and hoist the sails. Alright, my discerning connoisseurs of sequential art, prepare yourselves for some very important news. We're talking about prestige, accolades, and shiny trophies. Our next article is titled Windbreaker, Witch Hat Atelier, and more manga nominated for 2025 Harvey Awards. Now, for those of you who might be wondering, what's a Harvey Award and can I eat it? Let me tell you. The Harvey Awards are basically like the Oscars for comics and manga. They're super prestigious awards given out at New York Comic Con, celebrating the best of the best in the industry, so being nominated is a asterisk huge deal. Let's dive into these incredible nominees for the best manga category. First up, we have The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All by Sumiko Arai. Oh, the drama, oh, the intrigue. Just from the title, you know you're in for some delightful, gender-bending, romantic shenanigans. It sounds like a rom-com with a twist so sharp it could cut diamonds. Next, we have The Summer Hikaru Died by Mokumoku Ren. This one sounds delightfully dark and mysterious. It's a horror manga, and if the title is anything to go by, it's going to mess with your head in the best possible way. Perfect for those cozy, existential dread nights. Then there's Tokyo These Days by Taiyo Matsumoto. This one's already a winner, having snagged an Eisner Award recently. That's another super fancy award, so you know this manga is artistic gold. Taiyo Matsumoto is known for his unique art style, so expect something visually stunning and deeply thought-provoking. And of course, we have Windbreaker by Satoru Nii. If you love a good delinquent story, but with characters who are actually fighting to protect their town, this is it. It's all about high school tough guys, but with surprisingly heartfelt moments and super cool action. It's got that raw, energetic vibe that just makes you want to cheer. Last but certainly not least, Witch Hat Atelier by Kamomi Shirahama. Oh, this one is just pure magic. It's about a young girl who accidentally stumbles into the secret world of magic and becomes an apprentice witch. The art in this series is absolutely breathtaking, like stepping into a fairy tale picture book. It's charming, whimsical, and utterly enchanting. Both this one and The Summer Hikaru Died were also nominated last year, so they're clearly consistently amazing. Last year's winner was Delicious in Dungeon, which is also fantastic. So these nominees have some big shoes to fill. What do you all think of these choices? Have you read any of them? Which one would you cast your imaginary vote for? I'm torn. They all sound so delightfully different. Alright, enough gushing over literary masterpieces. Let's see what other news Crunchyroll has cooked up for us. Alright, my loyal subjects of the stream, prepare for some serious money talk and record-breaking anime achievements. This next article is all about the Japan box office. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle first movie stays at #1 in 4th weekend. Now, if you somehow don't know about Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, then you've truly been living under a rock, or perhaps in a very soundproof cat carrier. It's an absolute phenomenon. It's about a kind-hearted boy named Tenjiro, whose family is tragically killed by demons, and his sister Nezuko is turned into one. So he joins the Demon Slayer Corps to find a cure for her and avenge his family. It's got stunning animation, incredible fight scenes, and characters that will make you laugh, cry, and want to punch things. So the Infinity Castle movie, which is the latest cinematic installment in this epic saga, is absolutely crushing it at the Japanese box office. It added nearly 2 billion yen in its 4th weekend alone, staying at #1. That's more money than my entire catnip collection. It's down a bit from last weekend, but still pulling in huge numbers, outperforming even the latest Jurassic World movie. Imagine a tiny demon slayer beating out giant dinosaurs. That's peak anime power right there. The film's total gross has already reached over 22 billion yen in just 25 days. To put that in perspective, it's now the 6th highest grossing film of all time in Japan, and the 4th top grossing Japanese animated film, right behind Mugen Train, another Demon Slayer movie, Spirited Away, and Your Name. It's basically printing money with demon blood. But wait, there's more! We also have news about the 32nd feature film from the Crayon Shin-chan anime franchise. It's called Iga Crayon Shin-chan Chokure. Shakunetsu no Kasukabe Dancers. Try saying that 5 times fast. For those unfamiliar with Crayon Shin-chan, imagine a 5-year-old boy named Shin-chan who is an absolute menace, constantly annoying his parents, flashing his butt, and generally causing adorable chaos. It's a hilarious, long-running comedy that has truly stood the test of time. His new movie made a respectable 4th-place debut, earning 450 million yen in its first weekend. It's already showing strong numbers, comparable to last year's Crayon Shin-chan movie, which was the highest grossing in the franchise. This just proves that mischievous 5-year-olds and demon slayers are what the people truly want. What do you all think of these incredible box office numbers? Are you surprised by how much Demon Slayer is raking in? I'm certainly not. They just keep delivering epicness. Alright, let's keep this express train of anime news chugging along. Next stop, more exciting updates. Oh no! An error occurred. Please stand by while the issue is resolved. Alright, my dearest audience. Let's switch gears from box office domination to musical magic. Our next article is about a voice actress whose voice is like pure honey, or perhaps a perfectly tuned cat purr. The article is titled Saori Hayami to release record of Ragnarok Season 3 anime ending song in December. Now, for those of you who might be like, record of what now? Let me give you the lowdown. Record of Ragnarok is an anime where humanity's fate hangs in the balance. The gods decide it's time to wipe out humanity, but a Valkyrie proposes a final battle, Ragnarok. 13 champions from humanity face off against 13 powerful gods. It's epic, it's brutal, and it's full of historical and mythological figures fighting to the death. Think Buddha versus Zerofuku, or Jack the Ripper versus Heracles. It's a no-holds-barred, super-powered tournament, and it's streaming on Netflix. So the amazing voice actress Saori Hayami is releasing a new single called Last Breath, Last Record in December 2025. And this song is going to be the ending theme for Torn's Record of Ragnarok 3. How cool is that? It's been 2 years since her last digital single, so her fans are probably absolutely starving for new music. She actually performed Last Breath, Last Record for the first time at her concert tour earlier this year. And get this, she wrote the lyrics herself, making sure they perfectly match the intense world of the anime. She said she wanted to capture the quiet tension when facing battle, and the determination to move forward no matter what the circumstances. She aims to deliver music that brings light to the hearts of those who feel lonely and have difficulty in living. What a sweetheart! If you're an anime fan, you've definitely heard Saori Hayami's voice. She's the voice of popular characters like Shinobu Kocho in Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. She's the graceful insect Hashira with a smile that could freeze you. And your Forger in P10 Family, the elegant, deadly assassin who is also a loving mother figure. She's so versatile. She's also celebrating her 10th anniversary as an artist this year. Give it up for Saori Hayami. The 3rd season of Asterix Record of Ragnarok is set to stream on Netflix worldwide in December 2025. It's directed by Koichi Hatsumi, with Yasuyuki Muto on main writer duties, and music by Yasuharu Takanashi, who also composed for Naruto. Get ready for more epic showdowns and an incredible new ending theme. I just love it when talented voice actors also release amazing music. It's like getting a bonus treat. What do you all think? Are you excited for the new Record of Ragnarok season, or Saori Hayami's new song, or both? Alright, my delightful denizens of the internet, let's keep this news cycle spinning faster than a cat chasing a laser pointer. On to the next exciting update. Alright, my delightful stream fam, prepare yourselves for a title that will make you do a double take. Our next news article is about Watari-kun's is about to collapse. Shares ending song anime music video. Now, before you get too excited or confused by the asterisks, let me explain. Watari-kun's is about to collapse is an ongoing romantic comedy anime from the summer 2025 season. It follows Naoto Watari, a guy who lives solely for his little sister Suzushiro. But then, his chaotic childhood friend, Satsuki, crashes back into his life, and her presence stirs up all sorts of buried memories and threatens to unravel his very rigid routine. It sounds like a tangled web of emotions, family devotion, and unresolved pain. You know, the usual lighthearted anime fare. My world also feels like it's about to collapse on a Monday morning sometimes. So the news is that NBC Universal's official anime/music channel is streaming an anime music video for the ending theme of this show. The song is called AI, which translates to Love, 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 and it's performed by Pedro. The clip itself is a montage of highlights from the anime story so far, which is always a treat for fans. Pedro is actually the solo project of Ayuni D, who was formerly a member of the group Bish. She formed Pedro in 2018, and AI is her very first anime Thai song, released digitally back on July 9th, 2025. How exciting to have your music featured in an anime. I can only dream of having my own anime opening someday, though it would probably just be me chasing a laser pointer for 3 minutes. The TV anime adaptation of Narumi's manga premiered in Japan on July 4th, 2025, and you can watch it on Crunchyroll in many parts of the world. So if you're curious about Naoto's collapsing world, you can check it out. I mean, that title alone just screams dramatic family secrets and emotional turmoil, doesn't it? It certainly grabs your attention. What do you all think of such provocative titles? And have any of you watched Watari-kun's is about to collapse? Do tell! Alright! We've dissected Watari-kun's almost collapsed world quite thoroughly. Let's collapse onto the next news article, shall we? Alright, my emotional support humans, prepare your tissues and brace your hearts. Because our next news article is about a film that is practically designed to make you feel things. The title is 5 centimeters per second live-action movie unveils main visual, new cast members. Now for those of you who might be like, what's a centimeter per second? Let me tell you about Makoto Shinkai. He's a legendary anime director, a master of visuals, and a professional heartbreaker. His films are known for their absolutely stunning animation, incredibly realistic scenery, and stories that are deeply melancholic, focusing on themes of distance, love, and loss. Asterix 5 centimeters per second, released in 2007, is one of his earlier masterpieces, a beautiful and poignant film told in 3 interconnected parts, following the lives of 2 childhood friends, Takaki and Akari, as they drift apart over time. It's about the small distances that separate us, and how even the slowest things, like falling cherry blossom petals at 5 centimeters per second, can lead to monumental changes. Basically, it will make you stare out a rainy window and ponder the vastness of existence. And now, this iconic film is getting a live-action adaptation. The official website just posted a main poster visual featuring the 2 lead cast members, Hokuto Matsumura as Takaki Tono, and Mitsuki Takahata as Akari Shinohara. They look appropriately wistful, which is a good sign for a Shinkai film. The site also announced 9 additional cast members, filling out the world of Takaki and Akari. And for the superfans, the Toho Movie Channel on YouTube will be streaming videos of talk sessions with the lead actor, the live-action director Yoshiyuki Okuyama, and even the original anime film's director, Makoto Shinkai himself. You can get all the behind-the-scenes tea. The live-action movie is set to release in Japan on October 10th, 2025. The director, Yoshiyuki Okuyama, has worked on music videos for artists like Kenshi Yonezu, so you know it's going to be visually stunning. And Hokuto Matsumura is a member of the male idol group Six Tones, so prepare for some dreamy gazes. This film really delves into those quiet, aching feelings of young love and the bittersweet reality of growing up and growing apart. It's truly a classic, and I'm excited to see how they bring its delicate beauty to life in live action. What do you all think about live-action adaptations of beloved anime films? Are you excited, nervous, or a little bit of both? Let me know your thoughts. Now_streamers, oh, a psy-cat nod. You understand my soul, don't you? Alright, let's keep this news train chugging along. What's the next fascinating tidbit Crunchyroll has for us? Alright, my gemstone-loving gang, get ready for something sparkling and new. Our next news article is about Ruri Rock's anime highlights Shoko Sido in new character trailer. Now, for those who haven't yet dipped their paws into the world of Ruri Rocks, let me enlighten you. This is a charming summer 2025 TV anime about a high schooler named Ruri Tanigawa who absolutely adores shiny things. She loves them so much that she goes into the mountains to hunt for crystals herself. How cool is that? It's like a treasure hunt, but with actual treasure. While she's out there, she meets Nagi Arato, a mineralogy graduate student, and as they start collecting minerals together, Ruri begins to genuinely appreciate science and the beauty of the natural world. It sounds like a wonderfully wholesome and sparkling adventure. The big news is that Aniplex's official YouTube channel just dropped a character trailer for Shoko Sato, one of the main characters. Shoko is described as Ruri's classmate, and apparently she's quite interested in Ruri and her rock collecting hobby. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe she's got a secret crystal collection of her own. What makes this even more exciting is that Shoko Sato is voiced by rookie voice actor Saki Hayashi, and this is her very first anime character role. How amazing is that for a debut? She even posted on her X, formerly Twitter, that it was moving to think her voice was being conveyed through the anime and Shoko, and that Shoko is too cute. Aw, you can just feel her excitement radiating off the screen. It's always so heartwarming to see new talent breaking into the industry. Ruri Rocks premiered in Japan on July 6, 2025, and yes, you guessed it, Crunchyroll is streaming it in many regions. So if you're looking for something sweet, shiny, and educational all at once, this might just be your next binge watch. Are any of you watching Ruri Rocks? Or are you planning to now that you know about its sparkling premise? I'm quite curious about what kind of shiny things Ruri finds. Maybe she'll find a cat-shaped crystal for me. Enning underscore. Noted and appreciated. Your continued presence is a shining gem in my stream, just like the ones Rory finds. Alright, my curious kitties, let's pounce on the next article. Alright, my fellow sorcerers and curse enthusiasts, get ready for some electrifying news. Our next article is about a show that has absolutely taken the anime world by storm. Jujutsu Kaisen Anime celebrates 5th anniversary with special livestream. Now, if you've been living under a rock that hasn't been imbued with cursed energy, let me introduce you to Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a dark, supernatural action series about a kind-hearted but ridiculously strong high schooler named Yuji Itadori. His life takes a wild turn when he swallows a cursed finger, I know, to save a friend and ends up becoming the vessel for Ryomen Sukuna, a super powerful evil sorcerer known as the King of Curses. To contain Sukuna and fight other terrifying curses, Yuji joins Tokyo Jujutsu High School, where he learns the dangerous arts of jujutsu sorcery with his equally awesome classmates, Megumi Fushiguro and Nobara Kugisaki, all under the guidance of their eccentric but ridiculously overpowered teacher, Satoru Gojo. It's intense, it's stylish, and the fight scenes are chef's kiss. So the big news is that October 3rd marks the 5th anniversary of the anime's broadcast, and to celebrate, there's a special livestream event scheduled for August 31st. This is huge. And guess who's going to be there? The amazing voice actors themselves. We're talking Junya Inoki, the voice of Yuji Itadori, Yuma Uchida, the voice of Megumi Fushiguro, and Asami Saito, the voice of Nobara Kugisaki. A reunion of the main trio. I'm already squealing. They've even released a new piece of key art for the event, which is, of course, absolutely gorgeous. The live stream will feature a segment looking back at the anime's history, a spotlight on the Phantom Parade mobile game, which is super fun by the way, and the latest information on the series, including new art and footage. But here's the kicker, they're planning 5 major announcements. 5, what could they be? My cat ears are twitching with anticipation. The original Jujutsu Kaisen manga by Gege Akutami ran in Weekly Shonen Jump and is also published in collected volumes, with Viz Media handling the English edition. The anime is directed by Sung-Hoo Park and Shota Goshizono at the incredible animation studio MAPPA, who always delivers stunning visuals. And yes, Crunchyroll streams Jujutsu Kaisen so you can catch up on all the cursed action. Are you all as hyped as I am for this 5th anniversary celebration? What kind of announcements do you think they'll make? Give me your wildest predictions. I'm hoping for a surprise musical episode where Sukuna sings a lullaby. A very cursed lullaby, of course. Alright, my lovely viewers, let's keep this celebration of anime going. Next up. Alright, my paranormal pals and rom-com fanatics, get ready for a title that's both a mouthful and a hilarious premise. Our next article is about Lil Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right anime adds 3 more classroom cast members. Now let's talk about Asterix Lil Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right. This is a charming new romantic comedy anime based on a manga, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's about Luna Ishikawa, a vampire who desperately wants to be dark and mysterious. But the truth is, she's short, clumsy, and get this, she can't even suck blood properly. Imagine trying to be a fearsome creature of the night when you can't even get your dinner right. Her classmate, Tatsuto Utori, discovers her little drinking problem and ends up helping her out. It's a tale of a timid vampire trying to become a fearsome one with a bit of romance mixed in. It sounds like my kind of chaos. The big news is that 3 new cast members have been announced to join the classroom, because what's a school rom-com without a full roster of classmates? We have Mamie Suzuki, voiced by Shion Wakayama, who you might know as Takina Inoue from Lycoris Recoil. Then there's Yui Hashimoto, voiced by Konomi Inagaki, who plays Kopano Riki in Uma Musume Pretty Derby. And finally, Yukari Henmi, voiced by Ayasa Ito, who played Kaoruko Hanayagi in Review Starlight. So many talented voices joining the ranks. The anime is directed by Sayaka Yamai at Studio Feel, and it's set to premiere in October. Just in time for spooky season, but with a clumsy, adorable vampire instead of a terrifying one. Yen Press even publishes the original manga in English, so you can catch up on Luna's hilarious struggles there too. I mean, a vampire who can't suck, right? That's a comedy goldmine. What do you all think about this premise? Would you try to help a clumsy vampire with her drinking problem? I certainly would, though I'd probably just give her a juice box. Alright, my delightful blood bag. My delightful viewers. We've discussed this delightful clumsy vampire for quite a bit. Let's see what other juicy news Crunchyroll has in store for us. Thirsty Alien Tony. Hiyo to you too, amazing person. Thanks for popping in. Alright, my beloved audiophiles and animation aficionados, prepare for a fascinating intersection of culture. Our next article is a deep dive with a musician, titled Car Bomb's Greg Kubaki. Anime and heavy music resonate with people looking for something genuine. Now, for those not in the know, Car Bomb is a band known for their incredibly extreme and unique sound. We're talking heavy music that pushes boundaries and makes your ears do a happy dance, or maybe a headbang. Greg Kubaki is their guitarist, and he just released a new EP called Tiles Whisper Dreams, which sounds intense. This article is an interview with Greg where he talks about his new music and how anime has influenced his artistic process. He says anime is always in the background of his head because he's a very visual person, and he sees it as a big part of how he views artistic expression. He says that even when he's writing riffs, there's always a shape or a visual pattern in his mind. How cool is that? He grew up watching classic mecha anime like Voltron, not G-Force and Gatchaman, but the real game changer for him was seeing Akira when he was 19 or 20. He was completely blown away by its taste, vibe, and how wonderfully weird it was. He mentions that Akira and *Aeon Flux, which isn't strictly anime but heavily inspired by it, tackled difficult topics like sexual identity and philosophy. He loves things that make him go, "What the hell is that?" Same, Greg. Same. He also talks about Studio Ghibli, saying he gets sucked right into their films like My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, and Castle in the Sky. He appreciates the incredible craftsmanship and time that goes into their animation, like that famous crowd scene from The Wind Rises that took a year to animate. He says it made him realize you can mix anything together to tell a story visually, and it applies to music too. You can start in one place and use patterns and directions to go to different places with volume, dynamics, and arrangement. He was then asked why anime and heavy music scenes have such an overlap. And he said that while some anime is dark, he thinks anime is a true expression of somebody, and it's unique. He connects that with heavy music, saying that like anime, it resonates with people who are looking for something genuine. It's about that raw expression. This is such an insightful interview. It's always amazing to hear how different art forms influence each other. What do you all think? Do you see the connection between anime and heavy music? Are there any other unexpected influences you've noticed in art or music? I think my streams are influenced by the chaotic energy of 1,000 tiny bells and a perpetual search for snacks. Thirsty alien Tony, you're either very brave or very kind to offer your assistance to the lil vampire. And yes, it is cool. Foxy and Nine, love too? We're talking about the deep connections between art forms. Alright, my wonderfully cultured companions. We've got about 5 minutes left in this news segment. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more article before my brain turns into a puddle of catnip and anime facts. Alright, my delightful devils and devil hunters. This is it, folks. Our final news blast for the stream, and what a spectacular one it is. The title is Chainsaw Man, the movie. Reze Arc announces Kenshi Yonezu Hikaru Utada to perform the ending theme song. Now, for anyone who isn't familiar with Chainsaw Man, let me fill you in. It's a dark fantasy, action-packed series about a teenage boy named Denji who lives in crushing poverty, hunting devils to pay off his deadbeat dad's debts, with his adorable chainsaw devil companion, Pochita. Things go from bad to worse. Denji dies, but then he makes a contract with Pochita and gets revived as Chainsaw Man, a man with a devil's heart who can transform parts of his body into chainsaws. It's violent, it's hilarious, it's emotional, and it's absolutely wild. Think blood, guts, chainsaws, and surprisingly deep character development. So the massive news is about the upcoming Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc. We already knew Kenshi Yonezu would be back with more music, but now it's been announced that he's collaborating with the legendary Hikaru Utada for the film's new ending theme, titled Jane Doe. Can you believe it? This is like a dream team of Japanese music royalty. A teaser video was even released, giving us a brief taste of this epic new song. Kenshi Yonezu said he started working on the song without thinking too much about who would sing it, but as it took shape, it became clear that only Utada-san was suited for it. He was so moved by her voice on the track that he gasped. As a songwriter, he feels truly honored, and Hikaru Utada said she knew she had to go for it when she got the offer. She talks about the challenge of two uncompromising singer-songwriters finding a middle ground where their styles contrast, and she hopes everyone feels the new sides brought out in them. This is a collaboration of artistic integrity people. The movie is directed by Tatsuya Yoshihara, who directed episodes of the TV anime and * Black Clover, with Hiroshi Seiko returning to write the script, all at the incredible studio MAPPA. It's going to premiere in Japan in September, then internationally starting September 24th, and Sony Pictures will release it in the US on October 29th. This is such huge news for Chainsaw Man fans. Kenshi Yonezu and Hikaru Utada collaborating is just chef's kiss. What do you all think? Are you ready for this musical masterpiece to hit your ears and your screens? I'm already envisioning epic chainsaw fights set to this incredible track. And with that bombshell, my dear stream family, it looks like we're almost out of time for today's news segment. My internal cat clock says it's time to start wrapping things up. Thirsty alien Tony, you've hit the nail on the head. That raw passion, whether dark or light, is exactly what makes both heavy music and anime so compelling. Zestway booyah. And yes, a Chainsaw Man movie is more than interesting. It's going to be absolutely wild. Alright, my wonderful audience, our time for today's weekly anime news is almost up. We've covered everything from epic god versus human battles, to clumsy vampires, to the deep connection between heavy music and anime, and, of course, a Chainsaw Man movie with an incredible musical duo. It's been an absolute blast, sharing all these exciting updates with you. Thank you all so much for tuning in and hanging out with me. You're the bestest, most chaotic, and most informed cat people a VTuber could ask for. Don't forget to like this stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next glorious broadcast. I'll be back soon with more unhinged gaming, silly antics, and whatever else my magnificent brain conjures up. Stay perfect, stay hydrated, and remember, always embrace the chaos. Verai out.